Yo, we are back with another live stream, second live stream on the channel, and today I wanted to do something kind of cool and see if we can get a conversation going about the 510 and what kind of power you guys think it's going to make. So I'm going to wait here a minute, see if anybody jumps on. We'll do a super chat. I don't know, let's see. Okay. So, basically, tomorrow is the dyno day, and I know there's only a couple people in here so far, but I'm putting the car on the dyno, like I talked about, and up at the Shop Inc. in Lincoln, Nebraska, and I am just curious what kind of power you guys think this is going to make. Now, you guys should be able to give me a good idea. I mean, there's nothing crazy going on here. Let me show you what we got. So, if you've been watching my channel, you know that this is a K24 DE dual cam, 4-cylinder iron block, aluminum head, 4 valves per cylinder. We've got a DOC race tubular manifold, flows pretty well. The wastegate design isn't great. It does a lot of boost creeping, but as you can see in there, it's tucked up in there. We have a Precision 6062 turbocharger, dual ball bearing, Gen 2, stock intake manifold, and stock displacement 2.4 liter. And the car weighs what? 2,400 pounds with me in it ish. And that's about it. Kind of a simple setup, but I wanted to see what you guys thought it might make for power. I'm thinking right now we have it on about 13 degrees. ID 1000s are about, I think it was like 50 or 60%. So we're not even leaning on the fuel side of things. I'm thinking roughly, from what I've heard, we're about 14 pounds at the top. My guess is like 300 flat. Might make more, might make less. I don't think it's going to make less. I think it might make more. But what do you guys think? For those of you who are on here, you can drop a comment below. Just curious what you guys think it'll make. But a little history on the car. The car actually had a small block V8 in it when I bought it. So I don't know if you guys can spot the uniqueness, you 510 guys, but basically, if you look here, there's this hump cut out, and this actually used to be all connected across, right? But somebody cut this out, did some fiberglass work, so like all of this area is all fiberglass, and they did that to make room for the bell housing. I think it was well, they used a Datsun bell housing, but they used a T5. Sorry, they used a Datsun 5-speed and what was it? A 350 T5 transmission bell housing, and mated it together with some weird adapter. But anyway, I pulled that all out, sold it like the week I had the car, and now it's actually nice to get the LS coils to fit up back in here, which actually worked out really well. But anyway, it had the small block in there, pulled that out, and cleaned up the engine bay and went with the iron block KA24. A lot of people go with the SR20, of course, as you know, but for me, the KA just makes more sense, I guess, because it's readily available. They come out of 240s. Everyone gets rid of them for the SRs, and they're great motors. They're just not turbocharged from the factory, and they I don't know, they just kind of, I feel like, have a bad rap for some reason. But I don't know, I think it's a great motor, great option for guys that want to turbocharge their stuff, even on a budget. The stock pistons and rods, I'm sure you can make like 300 or 400 horsepower. I do have, I should have mentioned that, I do have Wiseco pistons, Manley HB rods in here too. So if I ever wanted, I'm sure this thing could probably make like 500 horsepower if I really wanted to lean on it. But the one problem here, let me show you the one problem with making big power in this car. This right here. Let's see, where is it? Right here. 205. That is the biggest tire you can fit under this car, under stock fenders, unless you do something crazy tubbing or whatever, but that's about all you got. So when you start pushing out, I mean, when you even start pushing out like 350 or 400 horsepower, I'm sure it's unusable, let alone 500 horsepower. So I would be the happiest man on earth if this thing ever made like 400 to the ground. That would be phenomenal. I don't know how much I could use it, but I don't know. That probably won't ever happen unless I figure out something with the tires or they don't blow off for some reason, which I don't really see that happening. So anyway, let me know what you guys think this guy is going to make tomorrow. Just drop a comment below. I want to hear what others have to say. I'm sure there's some guys in here that have messed with 4 cylinders and KAs and I don't know, Hondas, whatever. But yeah, drop a comment below. I'll be doing some video tomorrow of the whole dyno day. I'll be shooting some video for 1320 as well, just to see if we can capture some of the big horsepower cars out there. Should be a good day, but whenever I get this thing out, I get a lot of questions, and because you don't see them around here. We're in the Midwest in Nebraska and the Rust Belt, so it's kind of fun to get the car out and you know, get eyeballs on it. So another thing that people find super unique about this car is the push button to start. This is actually like only a $25 thing. It's a RFID system as well, and people just love it. Let's see. I also have the odometer gauges. So I wanted to measure multiple things that the factory cluster didn't measure, such as you know, oil pressure, what else? Battery voltage, things like that. I think, well, that might have been in it before, but I wanted it all kind of consolidated. I wanted to add the wideband. So this is kind of the setup I came up with, and it works out really well. They have like min and max warning lights, which is really nice because I'm always constantly worrying about, you know, is my water temperature too hot? Is my you know, is my oil pressure high enough? Am I losing oil pressure? You know, those things are always in the back of my head. So like, you set those lights, and unless you see a light, you really don't have to worry about it, right? Because it's within its optimal range. So that's kind of the speed hut gauges. Then, like I said, I have the SCG1 wideband and boost controller. This is a mess right now. This is a work in progress here. Plan on doing a touchscreen tablet setup that'll control music, and you'll be able to Bluetooth stream to it. That's the next major project for this car. Once we get it dynoed and dialed in, I mean, that's the main thing right now, is just making sure it's making solid power. Then we'll move on to this. I got a 3D printed a bezel piece here that holds a tablet magnetically. I'll show you guys that all later in another video. And then I redid all the body harness stuff over here. All the Mega Squirt wiring's up here. It's really dark. I don't even think it's worth showing you guys that, but you know, KA 5-speed. We've got a it's not hooked up yet, but one of the cheapo eBay just hydraulic handbrakes rather than the this car didn't come with a the factory e-brake, so I kind of trying this out. I haven't really used it yet, but so far it's meh. It's okay. Haven't, the install wise anyway, and the quality of parts. But then I got my fire extinguisher chilling here. I need to mount that up. And then I put in these, I think they're Sparco R100 seats. These seats are, I don't know, for what I'm doing, they're just fine. They got enough of a, a side bolster here, or whatever you call it, to keep me in place if I want to round some corners or something. But otherwise, yeah, the interior is fairly simple. This thing came with these sweet Datsun pedals. Nothing crazy, but yeah, that's kind of the interior of the car. I mean, like I said, you hear every bump and ding and rock fly and, any sound. I mean, this thing is literally, it's a tin can and it's loud as hell inside because of it. Another thing I'm going to add later is Dynamat, all in the interior and all that. That'll be coming along with the audio stuff. So, and for those of you that just joined, again, I'm trying to get some guesses on horsepower. What do you think this motor will make? It's a KA24, 2.4 liter, rods and pistons, pump gas 91, precision 6062, dual ball bearing Gen 2. What else? That's really it. LS coils, stock intake manifold. I think this is the factory throttle body, Mega Squirt 3, individual coil, ignition. Yeah, good stuff. Just curious what you guys think. 14 pounds of boost at the top end. About, ID 1000 injectors. What else? ID 1000s are only at like 50% duty cycle, so we're not even utilizing those all the way. So, what do you guys think? What do you think this car is going to make for power? I'm really curious myself. I think it's going to be like 300. I think I'd be kind of sad if it weren't 300. If it were more, I wouldn't. I'd be very happy. I think so. What we're going to do, for those of you that have joined late, we're going to set it on the dyno, make a poll, just see what it's at as it sits right now. And then Troy and I think we're going to throw another half degree in it, and then see what it makes then, just to see what kind of changes the timing's doing for us. And not going to play with the boost this time around, but in the future we might, depending, traction pending, of course. I was showing viewers before, this is kind of our limitation here, is our little baby 205 tire, right? It's just a little guy, and that's, I'm pushing it on, not rubbing on this thing, because most guys are very lenient to run a 205 on here just because they think it's too big, which, unless you roll your fenders, it is too big. Doesn't fit very well otherwise. So, in the front, they actually rub quite a bit. The front is worse than the back. Something I need to address. I think I might have I think I need to adjust my fenders or I might have two different offset size wheels, because this wheel, it's the other side, pokes out more than this side. And this side doesn't rub like that side does. So anyway, more on that later. But let me know what you guys think. Drop a comment below. I want to hear, I just want to hear what you guys think, and what you think this car is going to make for power. Like I said, I'm curious myself. Should be fun to see what happens on the dyno, but I'm getting kind of repetitive here. I'm just trying to keep everybody up to date that have joined, but let me know in the comments below what you think it'll make. And like I said, I'll be doing some video tomorrow. Maybe I'll live stream it tomorrow too, just for fun. The quality might not be great because the shop Wi-Fi might not be superb or even accessible. So, and this is my check this out. Just got this in today. My first piece of wall art for the garage. I don't know. I thought it was kind of cool, so I picked it up. But it seems fitting, right? And then I know some of you may want to be want to know what's going on with the 2JZ. I have not made any further progress since the last video I posted. I am working on the tabs, which, oh God, don't look at my bench. This is literally, I told myself I'm not cleaning until we get these on, but here they are. Turned out a lot better than the previous, and they just need to get welded on, trimmed, welded on, and we can pull this jack out from under the car. This place is a pit right now. Got the old CD09 that my buddy bought, just sitting here waiting to get picked up. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna cut this live stream. Again, drop your comment below. Tell me what you think it's gonna make. This will be kind of fun to see like where our guesses land versus where it actually ends up for power. Like I said, I'm just so curious to see. This is the first time I've been on a dyno too. I forgot to mention that. This is my first dyno session, so just never, you know, we've always done street tunes, never actually put the car up on the dyno to see what kind of power it makes. And this is, the timing just kind of worked out to where Troy and I got the car tuned in time to get the car up to the dyno day at the shop, so should be fun. So anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Drop a comment, don't forget, drop a comment what you think the power is going to make, and we'll see you guys in the next one.